Dog kennels, dog runs. Most homes with dogs have yards filled with mostly grass. If grass is properly cared for, it's a beautiful feature of a home's landscape. If grass is neglected or subjected to a dog's will, it can quickly become an eyesore. Dogs' urine and feces cause unsightly brown spots on a lawn, and dogs playing on the same parts of grass over and over can turn grass to mud or hard-packed dirt over time. Many dog owners have spent countless hours and dollars on trying to keep their lawn green and lush. It's really not a question of if a dog will turn your lush grass into a dirt pile, it's when. And when it happens, you can bet your dog will bring mud inside your home. Some have given up hope for a beautiful lawn and created dog runs made of cement or pea gravel. This keeps dogs off of the grass, but it can cause tender paws and general unhappiness in the dogs. What to do? ProGreen synthetic grass dog runs are quickly becoming the solution of choice for countless homeowners and doggy daycare owners. ProGreen grass is made specifically for dogs and looks unbelievably realistic. Dogs are actually drawn to it and treat it as if it were the real thing. Pet urine is not a problem, as it absorbs into the ground or evaporates. Other messes clean up in the same manner as natural grass. A pooper scooper company once told us that ProGreen grass is easier to clean than natural grass. ProGreen grass has been installed in hundreds of dog kennels and is a member of the Pet Care Services Association and proud sponsor of the Colorado Pet Expo. More residences are now installing ProGreen grass in their dog run areas. If it's good enough for hundreds of dog kennel owners, isn't it good enough for your yard?
Location? This is Robin Schoh, and I'm the owner of B&B for D.O.G here in Aurora, Colorado. I think synthetic turf has been just fantastic. I mean, it's improved it 100-fold. One, I don't have the annual expense of resodding. I think that it obviously looks great from a standpoint. The clients love it. It's always green, always looks good, easy to clean. I'm not sure of the exact makeup of it, but it seems like when you're spraying it off, whether the feces is dry or whether it's fresh, it just washes right off. And so I think that it's very helpful from that perspective as well.
And as far as the behavior of the dogs, is there a difference between natural turf and synthetic?
You know, I heard there was before we installed it, and obviously I needed to become a believer on my own by experiencing it, but there definitely has been a positive behavior change in the dogs. They tend to play harder. That tends to be the first part of the yard that they run to. I think just the natural consistency or the way, the makeup of the synthetic fibers, there's more of a springiness to it. And the dogs tend to sense that and respond, and they play harder. They play a lot of chasing each other. It's interesting how they've responded. That was something that I was looking more at it from a cleanliness standpoint, but the response of their behavior and playing harder and just wearing themselves out, being happier in their play groups has been just a real positive thing. It certainly had a positive impact on overall facility cleanliness. Obviously, it's much easier to clean this than it would be a natural grass type of environment. When the dogs get done playing, they come back into the facility cleaner, less dust. They're not carrying as much dirt in on their feet and whatnot. So I think overall it's contributed to overall facility cleanliness. And obviously, in the yard in general, it's so much easier to clean up after.
And how has clientele reacted to the turf?
Very favorably. It's fun to give tours. Usually when we bring a group through on a tour or a potential customer, we'll walk them through our inside of the facility. We bring them out here to the exercise area. Usually the first question out of their mouth is, how do you keep your grass so green? They're wanting the magic, the secret on how to keep the grass so green. And once we explain to them it's synthetic turf, they really respond favorably. And I think anything we can do, and we explain to them anything we can do to keep the dogs healthier and cleaner, and give them a more safe play environment, the better it is for everybody involved. So we send them home happy, healthy, and clean. Yeah, I think most applications you probably could find a favorable result. I certainly would recommend it to any potential kennel owner. I think that they would find it to really meet their needs quite nicely. Actually, it's a great product. The product here, we've had it in place for about 18 months now, and still looks great and has been wearing very well. So yeah, I think that anybody would be happy with that kind of a choice.
And how has it affected your bottom line, or any positive or negative impacts on the business?
And that was a question I asked as far as affecting bottom line. The question I asked myself, and any prudent kennel owner is probably going to ask that when they're looking at budgeting and whatnot. You always look at what kind of return on investment that you can get with a purchase like this, because it is an expensive purchase. But I tried to weigh the cost differences of resodding every year. That was very expensive, and I was looking at probably a return on investment in terms of just the direct cost of putting it in and the cost of the product. I was looking at probably a break-even point in about 3.5 to 4 years. That's a very measurable piece of it, but the piece that's not as easy to measure would be incremental business because of it. All I do know is that there's a lot of variables that lead to a successful kennel environment. And I think that being able to show them this kind of a play yard definitely has an impact. It's probably many variables that they take into consideration when they're choosing a kennel to leave their dogs, but I think it definitely has an impact, and from a marketing perspective, there's no doubt in my mind it's got a very positive impact. Just the response we get when we're giving tours, I know there's a favorable impact on it. It's just a matter of I can't give you exact numbers.
Thanks,
Is that it?
That's it.
You're welcome.
One of the keys to a good artificial grass pet surface is drainage. When you have 30 dogs all on a small surface, such as you do with a dog kennel, it's essential to flush the pet urine through the system. This is done by spraying down the turf regularly with a garden hose. ProGreen has the most advanced technology for drainage. Sufficient drainage is accomplished either with a properly formulated aggregate base or our proprietary shark drain. Don't be fooled by artificial turf companies that advertise the elimination of pet odors with overpriced antimicrobial agents built into the turf yarn. Pet urine always leaves bacteria behind that will proliferate if left untreated, with or without built-in antimicrobial agents. Our tried and tested enzyme spray eats the odor-causing bacteria, eliminating odors generated by the family dog or hundreds of dogs at a doggy daycare center. See more information on our odor eliminator at www.progreen.com.